I'm 680 News senior business editor Mike Eppel. One of the country's largest airlines is on the auction block. Transat AT out of Montreal, the operator of Transat Holidays and Air Transat, announced today that it has received several expressions of interest from potential bidders on the company. Now, the company says these were unsolicited and a sale may or may not happen. Nevertheless, Transat AT, which has been around for 33 years, has recently felt the heat from more competition and higher costs and could be under new ownership in the coming days. The company's stock price soared today by more than 40%. The news announced at the company's annual general shareholders meeting in Montreal. Tough day for Google or Alphabet investors. Alphabet, the parent company of Google. Investors in the company were searching on Google. Stock sell-off today because Alphabet had its worst day in 7 years on Wall Street. A day after the stock climbed to an all-time record high, investors were dumping it today, down 8.5%, as Google's advertising revenue, while strong in the latest quarter, up by 15%, was slower than analysts expected. They still made $6.5 billion profit in the latest quarter. We'll focus on bacon and breakfast, leading to some sizzling sales at McDonald's in the latest quarter. The company's first quarter U.S. same-store sales, this is a metric that tracks stores operating for more than a year, up 4.5% in the U.S. And McDonald's says that is all about expanding the breakfast menu. They had a one-day promotion offering free bacon on all items in the U.S. in January. They're also, in some locales, shrinking the overall size of the menu, getting rid of some of the artisan sandwiches, which could streamline operations that much further. McDonald's stock, for a time today, was at a record high on Wall Street. Another sign of a sluggish Canadian economy, some data in from StatsCan today pointing to a contraction for the economy in the month of February. Harsh winter weather and a slump continuing for the oil and mining sector, dragging the economy down by 0.1%. It basically points to a very moderate economic growth rate in the first quarter, something the Bank of Canada was talking about last week when it was lowering economic forecasts for the year. Well, April was another money-making month on the markets. Good times on both Bay and Wall Streets, with the TSX hitting record highs over the course of this past month. Same thing for the S&P and the NASDAQ stateside. Look at that NASDAQ year-to-date, up by 21%. All this with strength in the tech sector. Again, many of those tech heavyweights hitting records. And another disappearing brand out of the Canadian auto industry. Daimler, out of Germany, saying it will soon stop selling smart cars in the North American marketplace. They haven't been selling many of these, just 90 sold in the U.S. last month. And faced with ongoing competition and the fact that people are still buying larger vehicles rather than two-seaters, Daimler pulling those back to just the European marketplace. From the 680 Newsroom, I'm Mike Eppel for City News.